indigenization that your company's injection molding machines usually go through for an Indian customer? Could you take us through the indigenization?
First of all, I think the injection molding process as such, of course, has a certain features which are unique and which are also used all across the world. But nevertheless, I think that there is a regional difference. And the regional difference is connected to the type of markets which exist, also to the qualification of people which exist, also to the level of technology which is already reached. So obviously this is different from region to region. And for India, I would say, India has not so much or not such a huge plastics processing industry yet, compared with the number of people consuming. However, I regard India as having a quite high qualified base of operators and especially engineers. So there is something which we, for instance, need to consider. Once we supply machines to India for use in India, we have not to worry about the qualification of the engineers and the operators. Once we train them, they will be perfect to operate those machines and to take out of the machines what has been designed in. This would not be so much in African countries, for instance, or others. So we have to make it a little bit simpler or pay more attention to training or so on. This does not exist here. So the level of engineering, of the level of qualification we need is quite high in the management level as well as in the operational and especially in engineering level. However, the magnitude or the impact of injection molding to the industry as a whole is still low. So the consumption because we need to see that at the end, ultimately, all plastic parts end in something which you and I consume. So, and the consumption, of course, in India, due to the buying power of the people, is still low. So means they would buy products like refrigerators, air conditioners, car, which are low priced. On the other hand, the engineering people are very highly developed. So now to make a combination, not to make it too much over-engineered, which would be possible because of the engineering level, but make it still applicable for the buying power of most of the people. So this is the challenge. For us also to develop machines which provide our customers with the opportunity to have a high-level result, but still affordable to be used by the local buying power of the consumers here in India.
So when you're talking about energy efficiency in injection molding process, what are the kind of developments that are taking place in this segment?
I would say, in general, the process of injection molding as a process is quite energy consuming. And of course, this is why the energy consumption or reduction of energy consumption is always high on the agenda for everybody. However, I would say we need to think, we the machine makers, we need to think, and all our partners in molding and so on, we need to think about not let the energy consumptions appear. So we want to see, to develop the process the way it doesn't consume so much energy, rather than saving it later. You know, so what we see at the moment is a lot of measures to save energy which the process would require. And there is, of course, electric machines coming up, and we are making a big move as our company. We make a big move into electric machines. I believe this development will have a big and huge future, especially also in India, where the engineering capacities are here very simply and easily to deal with this issue. So I think, because electric machines, they are saving most of the energy, but however, they are also expensive. And but should they be expensive is the question to us. In my opinion, they should not be expensive, and there's no need for them to be expensive. Of course, requires some development, requires some further investigation, requires also a greater economy of scale for such machines. But once achieved, I think fully electric machines will be the future, at least for the smaller machines below 500 ton. However, we also encourage the universities, and we work with some universities together in China and elsewhere, to look at the process itself. So why such much energy is consumed? Maybe we can change something in the process. For instance, screw melting consumes a lot of energy. Can we improve the process of melting the material and have it per se already less energy consuming? Then we don't need to save the energy later by isolating or something else. But there's a lot of work in this direction. I think energy is one of the key cost factors beside raw material for the molders, and it is high on the agenda of everybody, but needs to be seen as a complex question. Not only one process is involved, but the whole machine, the whole process, the mold, the cooling of the mold, the cooling of the robots, everything is involved.
So when you're talking about the future of the Indian plastics industry,
yeah,
from an international perspective, how does the future look to you?
As I mentioned, for me it looks bright, and I think because of the number of consumers, and I think it is a policy here, and I also already see this over the years. I'm traveling to India since 1972 or 1973, so I saw a lot of development here, and the consumer buying power has grown up. And of course, if you see a shorter period, somebody may be not satisfied with the development, but I think it's great development in terms of living standard, and all the basic living conditions are somehow connected to plastic. It's a bucket for carrying the water. It is a refrigerator to store the food. It is a packaging, to not let the food to be destroyed. It is all connected somehow to plastics in a basic level. And if we can, as I mentioned earlier, if we can make the machines and consequently the plastic part as simple as it would be required to make it affordable at the end for the buying power which exists, then there's a broad future for the development. Look, for instance, if you see the market, if I correctly recall, there's no official figures available for me, but I think there's about 4,000 to 5,000 injection molding machines sold here in India a year. In China, where the population is pretty similar, it is about 60,000. So it means new machines every year. So means, but the population is the same, and the buying power, I don't know, is not so much difference maybe, but it is more adapted already. So it could be also a big potential for India to grow, especially in this sector.
Okay, so if I were to ask you your thoughts on Glass Division India 2013, how has the turnout of visitors been? How has your interactions been during the day?
I think as far as I have seen, it has again improved. I mean, there's always an improvement in the outlook, in the organization, in the preparation of the booths. I'm looking forward to see more, because I just was coming tonight and seeing our booths at the neighborings, but it's already obvious that again a great job has been done by the organizing committee, and IFMA, I think a great job has been done to provide all these facilities here, and a lot of people. I don't know whether it's because of Saturday today, but there's a lot of people here, and all discussing projects. So I think it is a very, very important venue in the Asian plastics development, and this is why we are here, why also I come to see this development and take some conclusions home. So Glass Division, I think, is an important milestone, an important venue in this world of plastics.